Alright. You guys having a good time so far? This is what we do. We bring entertainment to you. Alright, so this next poet, I've seen her read before, and she impressed me so much. And I didn't want to butcher her last name, and so I asked her what her last name was. And her first name is Liz, and her last name is Huerta, like, where the fuck are you? That's how she explained it to me. Cut that out of YouTube. I got children watching me. And she wanted me to add this tidbit. She is a construction working poet. So while she's using the jackhammer, she's constructing poems. So if anything falls on your head, then you know at least it was poetic. Please give it up for Liz, everybody.
It is relevant that I work construction. It's relevant to my work. I've worked for 10 years for my father's wrought iron company. I work on construction sites almost daily, and I work as a translator a lot between the laborers I work with and the homeowners I work with. Not only do I translate language, literal language, like this means this or that means that, but I have to translate things that just don't make any sense. So this is my piece. It is bewildering to me. It is bewildering to many of the men I work with to see a woman working beside them, a woman whose skin and hair matches their own and whose tongue is a bridge swinging between the languages they know and the one that commands them. It is only one of many strange things this land offers to those who choose to risk their lives to work, to pick our food, since a hungry human body without papers is cheaper by the day than a gas it would take to power a machine that could do the same work. The houses we work in and around are usually owned by the conservative and mega wealthy. The communities they're located in are gated and enclosed with high iron fences. It's fascinating to me that that fences built to keep certain people out don't count anymore when cheap labor is needed. Everything about this poem is true. And here's the poem. That was my introduction. It's called Working to Understand. Little Hector and I were wire brushing the wrought iron fence that surrounded the graves of Otis, Miles, and Dolly, all award-winning blondes, beauties, postured, bloodlines of royalty if the humans that owned them were to be believed. Little Hector was telling me some story or another of back in the day when he drove for the cartels until he fell in love and didn't want to end up headless or raising pigs to sell for slaughter to the corrupt. So he followed the trails north, passing more dead bodies than he'd ever seen while working for the men the corridos on the radio were written about. He asked me why. In this country I was born into, the people erect fences for their dead animals. But those who build the fences, those who dug the graves, receive less respect than the piles of bone and fur decomposing beneath our feet. He asked me who would bury him if he were to fall in the canyon or die on a roof he was tiling. I had no answers. He half joked, if he were a dog in this country, he would have papers, a home to live in. He wouldn't be seen as a beast of burden anymore. People on the street would see him. They would stop to love him. Thank you.